Sir, up to this we covered how to convert other types to intertype casting function. Sir, now I have to explain. I want to convert other types to float type. Regarding I want to convert other types to float type. How you can use a typecasting function. Okay. Sir, float. This is the typecasting function we require to use. So from intertype for complex type. Intertype value, complex type value, bool type value, str type value, how you can convert into float type. For this we require to go for this float function, sir. Okay, to convert other types to float we have to go for what? Float function. Sir, what is the behavior? Right now observe very carefully. I want to convert into two floats, sir. I want to convert into two float. Okay, no restrictions. You can provide any int value in any base, no problem. Happily the corresponding float value we are going to get. Now observe this one, sir. Float of sir 15 I am taking. Now what will happen is, whenever you are trying to convert 15 into value to the float, this output will become 15.0. Remember, sir, if I can take float 0b 1111. Okay, now also 15.0 you are going to get, because binary 1111 means 15 only. Now what is the output you are going to get? 15.0. No restrictions. Happily you can convert into to float type, right? Okay, just observe this one, sir. Sir, I am trying to take int, sir, here float of 15. What is the answer? Please confirm. What is the answer? Float of 15.0. Sir, now float of, sir, 0b1111, like this I am taking. Yes, 15.0. Sir, float of 0x face, it is the integral value, sir. So 64,206.0, 64,206.0, like this we are going to get. Okay, sir, that's all. This is the way how to convert int value to float type. Clear? Sir, similarly I want to convert complex to float type. Are you getting? I have to convert complex to float type, sir. Sir, very simple. In the last we covered int value. Sir, I want to convert complex to int. Sorry, sir, not possible. Same way, if you want to convert complex to float, sorry, not possible, sir. If you have complex value, converting that complex value to the int type, converting that complex value to the float type, sorry, not possible. Immediately we are going to get type error. Okay, remember. Now float of 10 plus 20j I am taking. What I am trying to pass? 10 plus 20j I am taking. Sir, what is this value? It is a complex number. Complex number we are trying to convert into the float. Immediately we are going to get type error. What is that error, sir? Can you spell out? Type error. So we can't convert complex number to float type, of course to the int type also. Okay, just have a look once. I am trying to take just the float of, here just observe that, sir. Float of 10 plus 20j. 10 plus 20j. We are trying to convert complex number to float type, sir. If you are trying to convert complex number to float type, what is that error we are getting? Type error. Can't convert complex to float. Everyone in the position to understand, right? We can't convert complex number to float type, sir. Okay, well. Now, sir, third one, boolean to float type. Is it possible or not? Yes, why not? Why not? Happily you can do that. Okay. True internally treated as 1, false internally treated as 0. Now 1 and 0 will come, sir. Now float of true, sir. If you are trying to convert true to the float type, its value will become 1.0, because we are trying to convert into the float 1.0. Sir, float of, if I can take false, what answer we are going to get, sir? 0.0, like this. So is it possible to convert float boolean to float or not? Boolean to float or not? Yes, possible, man. 1.0, 0.0, this is the way, sir. Let me cross check here. Have a look once, sir. I'm taking Here float of true I'm trying to take. But the answers are float of true I'm trying to take. What answer? 1.0. Sir, similarly float of false I'm trying to take, sir. What output you are going to get? 0.0. So float of true, float of false, not required to give any explanation this. Sir, next fourth one, sir. What is the fourth one? So str type to float type, string to float type, sir. Very simple. Possible, sir. String to float, possible, but only one rule is there. What is that rule? Is internally string should contain either integral value or float value, but should be specified only in base 10. Okay, remember this. So internally string should contain either int value or float value, either int value or float value, but should be specified only in base 10. That's what you should aware, sir. Okay, well, very simple. Now let me cross check. Float of 10 I'm taking. So it is a string, but internally contains what? String only. Internally contains int value only. Now what is the output we are going to get? 10.0. Perfect, sir. Acceptable. Float of here 20.6, like this I'm taking. Yes, internally it contain float value. No problem. This conversion is possible, sir. 20.6. Okay, now float of 0x face I'm taking. Immediately value error you are going to get. 0x face. Internally it should be int value and we should specify only in base 10. Sir, it is int value only, but you use an hexadecimal. That's why, sorry, it is not possible. Next, float of Durga I'm taking. Again, sir, error we are going to get. Maybe value error. Okay, like again error we are going to get. So that's what, by seeing this one, you people can aware. Whenever we are trying to convert string to float type, string can contain int value or float value, but we have to specify only in what? Base 10. Remember, let me cross check, sir. Here very simple. I'm taking, sir, float of 10.0. Sir, float of 20.6 I'm taking, sir. 20.6. Next, float of 20.6. Next, sir, here 0x face hexadecimal int value I'm providing. Immediately error we are going to get. Have you observed, right? Value error could not convert string to float. Sorry, sir, string to float conversion is not possible in this case. Similarly, float of Durga I'm taking. Meaningless here. Value error could not convert a string to float. If the string is Durga, you can't convert into the float value. That's all, sir. This is what you people should aware clearly, right? Any doubt about this one? So what is the purpose of float function? To convert other types to float, we require to go for float function. Next, int to float, whenever you are trying to convert, no restrictions. You can provide int value even in decimal form, binary form, octal form, hexadecimal form. Just a 0.0 will be added in the float. That's all, sir. Next, complex to float. Sorry, not possible. You can't convert complex number to either int, complex number to float. Such type of conversions are not allowed. Next, bool to float, possible, sir. If you are trying to convert a true to float, 1.0, false means 0.0. Sir, string to float, sir, should contain, the string should contain either int value or float value and should be specified only in the base 10. That's all. This is the way how to convert from other types to float type, how to use a float type casting function. Clear, right? Sir, up to this, it is very clear how to convert from other types to int type, how to convert from other types to float type. Now my requirement is, I want to convert from other types to complex type. Are you getting? Suppose I have int value is there. Okay, I have float value is there or bool value is there, str value is there. Sir, all these values, how to convert into complex type? Regarding this typecasting function, we have to discuss. For that, we require to go for what? Complex. So, what is the purpose of complex typecasting function? To convert from other types to complex type. For that purpose, we can use complex, right? But anyway, complex number. What is the syntax for complex number? Can you please spell out, sir? A plus bj. A plus bj. This A is called what? Real part. Under this B is called what? Imaginary part. Regarding this A is called real part, B is called imaginary part. Okay, well. Sir, now how you can convert from other types to complex? There are two forms of complex function is there. Sometimes you may pass only real value, and sometimes you may pass real value and sir imaginary value also. What it means? Now observe that first form 1, sir. First form complex of x. Only one argument I am passing. Complex of x. Only one argument I am passing. If you pass only one argument, this argument will become real value. Sir, which is the real value? Yes, this one is the real value, right? Sir, similarly, there is another complex function is there. I mean, two argument complex function. Form 2 complex of x comma y. So, if you are passing, sir, complex of x comma y, two arguments, right? Now, the first argument will become real value and the second argument will become imaginary value. Remember this one, sir. So, how to convert from other types to complex type? Sir, first argument, one argument function, let me explain. Here, see this one, complex of 10 I am taking. Complex of 10, into value I am passing, sir. Now, do you know what will happen? 10 plus 0j. Okay, whatever argument you are passing, this argument will become, okay, this is called real part and the imaginary part is always 0. Similarly, complex of, okay, 0b1111, it is the int value, sir. What about this int value? Can you please spell out? 0b1111, 15 plus 0j. Okay, like so int value to complex number conversion is always possible. This int value will become real part. Okay, let me execute this code, sir. Have a look once. Here I am taking complex complex of 10, sir. What is the answer? 10 plus 0j. Remember, sir. Similarly, complex of okay, 0b1111, like this I am taking, sir. What about its value? 15 plus 0j. 15 plus 0j, like this we are going to get. Any doubt about this one, sir? So clear. So int to complex number, one argument, how you are going to convert. Similarly, sir, let me go for complex of okay, 10.5 I am taking. Sir, which value I am passing? Float value. Float to complex. Yes, no problem. 10.5 plus 0j. 10.5 plus 0j. Similarly, complex of true. True I am passing, sir. Complex of true. If you pass true means what? 1. Have you remembered? 1 plus 0j. Sir, complex of false if I can take. Complex of false if I can take. What about its value, sir? Do you know? 0 plus 0j, it is always going to print 0j like this, right? Of course, imaginary part is the 0, then it's not required to display just 0j. That's all. Only second half is going to be printed. Let me show these things, right? Here, observe carefully, right? Sir, I want to convert float value to complex. Float value to complex, right? 10.5. Complex of 10.5. Sir, have you observed? 10.5 plus 0j. Next, complex of true I am taking, sir. Complex of true. What about its value, sir? 1 plus 0j, because true means 1. Similarly, complex of false I'm taking, sir. 0 plus 0j, its value will be printed as 0, sir. Okay, well, next, sir, I want to convert string to complex. Okay, I want to convert string to complex, right? Sir, complex of, okay, string. Sir, please make sure this string should contain either int value or float value and should be used only in the base 10. Whatever rule we covered for the float function, same rules are. If you are going to pass a string value, compulsory that string value should contain either int value or float value, and we have to use only base 10. Remember, now I am taking, sir, 10 in the form of string. Okay, 10 in the form of string, sir. Now 10 plus 0j. Okay, complex of, okay, 10.5 in the string form. 10.5 plus 0j we are going to get. So just observe, let me cross check these two things also. Have a look once, sir. Sir, I am taking complex of 10, I am taking, what is the answer? 10 plus 0j. Perfect, sir. Complex of 10.5 I am taking, sir. What is the answer? 10.5 plus 0j. Sir, complex of, here have you observed 0b1111, like this I am taking. Sir, have you remembered, if you are specifying the string, compulsory it should contain either int value or float value. Under that value should be specified only in the base 10. But you are using binary. What will happen, sir? Value error. Complex arg is a malformed string. Malformed means what? So not properly formatted. String is not properly formatted. Malformed string, like this we are going to get. Okay. So this is what you people should be aware. If you pass only one argument, that argument will become only real part and the imaginary part will become 0. So from other types to complex type, how to convert only with real value, this is. Sir, now what about sir, form 2? I want to pass real value and imaginary value both. Yes, possible. Yes, first argument, second argument, right. Now complex of 10 comma 20. Are you getting? Complex of 10 comma 20. 10 will become real value, 20 will become imaginary value. Now observe that 10 plus 20j. This is the answer we are going to get. Similarly, complex of 10.5 comma 20.6 I am taking. 10.5 comma 20.6. Now 10.5 plus 20.6j we are going to get. Everyone can able to understand, right? If you are passing two arguments, means what will happen for complex number? Now have a look once, sir. Here I am trying to take complex of 10 comma 20. Can you please have a look once? What is the answer we are going to get? 10 plus 20j. Okay, like, sir, similarly complex of 10.5 comma 20.6 I am taking, sir. 10.5 comma 20.6 I am trying to take. What will happen? 10.5 plus 20.6j. This is the value we are going to get, sir. Perfectly valid. Any doubt? Friends, are you in the position to understand clearly, right? Okay, well. Sir, now I have one small doubt. Observe carefully. Of course, complex numbers we are not going to use that much frequently. Even you don't know about these rules, don't worry, sir, optional. But having idea is always good programming practice. Remember, complex of here I am taking 10, okay, comma 10 comma 20 I am taking. 10 comma 20 I am taking. Can you please tell, is it valid or not? Array, string, both the strings I am passing, sir. Is it valid or not? Okay, take very special care what that point is. So whenever the first argument is the string, second argument string you are not allowed to pass. Of course, internal restrictions are there, sir. 10, 20, immediately error we are going to get, sir. Okay, similarly, so what is the rule is, if you want to pass, do you know, string value in the real part string value, then second argument, sir, you can't pass second argument. Okay, you can't pass it. Should not be string like. Let me show what error we are going to get, sir. Sir, what is that error? What error we are going to get is, if I can take a 10 comma, so compulsory, yes, observe a bit very carefully about this one, sir. Have a look once. Complex of 10 comma 20 I'm taking, sir. Complex of 10 comma 20. Observe what it is telling. Type error, complex can't take second argument if the first is a string. Regarding can't take second argument if the first is a string, sir. So if the first argument is the string, then you can't pass a second argument. What error we are getting, sir? Type error we are getting. Okay, now, okay, I'm taking like this. I'm taking like this, sir. 10 comma 20 I'm taking, sir. 10 comma 20, sir. Rule 1, if the first argument is the string, then the second argument you can't pass. Okay, that's why. Okay, now the first argument is not string. Can you please tell, is it acceptable or not? No, second argument should not be string for the complex function. Second argument should not be string for the complex function. Remember that, sir. Have a look once. I'm trying to take complex of 10 comma 20 I'm taking, sir. Sir, first argument number okay, but second argument I'm taking string, sir. What will happen? Type error, complex second argument can't be a string. Second argument can't be a string. That's what you should aware. Okay, but anyway, all these internal things, don't worry about that, sir. General idea you should aware. If you pass one argument, that argument will become real number, real part, and imaginary part is always 0. Remember, if you are passing two arguments, first argument will become what? First argument will become real part, second argument will become imaginary part. Okay, this is the way how to convert from other types to complex type. Clear for all of you, right? With multiple examples. Now I hope you are getting some idea. Okay, well.